Oh, God.
You're welcome.
Careful.
Okay. Here we are today, speaking with Miriam and Rebecca a little bit about Advent Lutheran Church, and in particular, one of the things that makes this family unique, which is the fact that there are so many generations, 5 I think, that have been active in the work of Advent over the years. So could I ask each of you to maybe comment a little bit on some of the memories, maybe what that means to you and what you remember about those experiences at our church?
Well, as long as I can remember, when I was younger, I worked in the church all the time, and my mother, she worked in the church also. So that would be 6 generations, but she wasn't confirmed in the church. I was confirmed 79 years ago
Wow.
in Advent. I'm not saying a word. And I enjoyed every minute of it. I worked with everything, cleaned the church, washed communion glasses, on the altar staff, cooked in the, everything. I helped with everything, enjoyed everything, enjoyed watching my grandchildren grow up in the church and be active. I can't say anymore. There's one thing that no one knows. There was a cat that lived in the neighborhood that every Sunday morning it was sitting on the church steps when the people came in, and everyone would pet it. I didn't know its name or anything, and all of a sudden it disappeared. I don't know if the people moved or what, but it was so cute.
Miriam, when was that? Do you remember about when? What years?
dear.
What decade?
What year? I don't think I could
Okay.
remember. It's quite a while.
Now you spoke that you had very fond memories of maybe your children, grandchildren, growing up in the church. Are there any specific memories that you might have about that you could share?
Well, my daughter, I only had one child. She was very active in the church. And I remember we had weekday church school, and she taught in that, and I was active in that also, and with the Bible, in the summertime, what is that? The Bible...
Vacation Bible School?
Vacation Bible School, and she was too. So I was very pleased with her. She was in the choir, and Katie Smith's mother was the choir director then, and played the organ. Yeah, so there's a lot of memories. A lot of them I have forgotten.
Yep. But I think I also know that you were very proud of your granddaughter when she joined council.
I was thrilled. Henry, I don't know, do you remember Henry, my husband? Do you? Because he was active. And he always said to me, because Becky always was very religious, and he said to me, you know what? I would love to see Becky or one of our grandchildren on the council. I was so happy to see her get on. I was so happy.
And you made a special trip to be there and part of that
Yes, I did.
ceremony.
It took 2 people to get me down the steps.
But you were there.
But I was there. Yes,
Yeah.
I was there.
And now it continues. Rebecca, you have your family very active here at Advent as well.
Yeah.
So, any other recollections of either, heartfelt experiences or any funny experiences that maybe you remember with your children, grandchildren, growing up in the church or doing things in the church?
There's only one funny thing that I remember. My other granddaughter, Abigail, she was Mother Mary in the Christmas pageant. And she had a doll. What was its name?
You know, Marshall. The
Marshall.
Cabbage Patch Kid.
Yeah, the Cabbage Patch. It was bareheaded. That was baby Jesus. And after the pageant was over, now Joanna Fryer was standing aside of me, and she just took baby Jesus and threw it in. She said, "That's the first time that she ever saw anybody treat baby Jesus like that." I said, "You don't know Abby," but she did. She knew it. So.
I thought I heard as we were talking earlier some thoughts that you had about Luke in some specific instances.
What was the story about Luke with the walking down the aisle the wrong way?
I think I did say that, didn't I?
He wants to hear you say it again.
Well, all my grandchildren, when they were little, they were in the choir. And Luke, they always came in at the side of the church in front, and then would turn left and go up to the choir loft. And he was first, and he was about 6 years old. He was supposed to turn, and they were all following him to go up to the choir loft. Instead, he turned right and started to lead them down the middle aisle of the church. And my daughter, Shirley, and she jumped up and turned him around, and then they all turned around and started following him up.
Well, I think this family should be very, very proud of the service that they have provided to Advent. I know that I'm in awe of
Well, I'm proud of them. I really am, and my husband, you know, George. I will never ever forget. Pastor Fryer wasn't there one Sunday. He was on vacation or something. And John Wrights gave the sermon, and he was talking about the way some of the people that worked in the church, and he said, which I will never forget, he said, "I will never forget Henry Rhoads, because I don't know what would happen to the church if it wasn't for him." He went to the synod meetings, you know, and gave reports, and he was very active in church.
Well, that's wonderful. Is there anything more that you'd like to say? And no is okay. As we look ahead to the future at Advent, are there things that either excite you about what you know we might be doing, or is there any potential items that you'd like to see us do that maybe we haven't? For example, one of the things that I heard you talk a little bit about earlier is the fact that it's difficult for you to get to the service. Let's just say that we gave you the ability on a computer or an iPad or something to see the service. What would that mean to you?
If you could watch the service on Mom's computer,
Oh,
how would you feel about that?
that would
If
be
you could
great.
sit here and watch it.
That would be great.
Well, that is one of the things that we're thinking about, and in particular, we're thinking that there may be some of our members who find it inconvenient to actually get to the church, but wish and long to be able to experience a part of the service anyway. And so, would that be a good idea?
It is a very good idea, and I do want to say I am very proud of what they did in the church. They made a place for
Handicap.
for the
handicap.
handicapped and everything. I'm very proud of that, even though I can't be there to enjoy it, you know. So.
Okay. Well, this has been great. Any other final comments? Anything else, Rebecca, you'd in particular like to say about me or whatever? Anything else?
Nothing that I can think of. I'm just excited for hopefully some of these things to start, which hopefully will be drawing in some younger families and for the potential of more generations like ours to be happening instead of just us. I hope there's more generations that keep happening like that.
I hope so too. But you know, I would like to see more children get in the church, in Sunday school and stuff. Now I noticed there was only 3 confirmed this year. When I was confirmed, it was 31.
Yeah.
And that upsets me. I would
Yeah.
like to see people take their children to Sunday school.
That's an
Because
area.
I think that's what's wrong with the world.
I think that's an area where we could improve. I think you're right.
Yeah.
So maybe we can come up with some ways to entice younger families to bring their children to church. Okay, last call. Okay, then we're done.